Yeah, so this guy's actually spent a lot of time playing Warlock and Grim Patron Warrior. He is their expert for both those classes. But right now they're leading off with the Druid, so we're going to see exactly how this ends up working out for him in particular. We know that Kunal on their team actually plays a lot of the Druid on their team, so I imagine he's the one kind of directing things here and really making sure they're, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, getting their decisions right.
Yeah, and looking at the notes that we have on the players here, after talking to them, both teams have one guy that really likes Control Warrior, and both teams have Control Warrior. So, might get to that same situation, but into this match, no Warrior just yet. Johns Hopkins really looking for some ramp, not finding it.
So, something that it's really interesting to me is when you're playing cards face-to-face, you can't really wear glasses in a game like this because your opponent can just see your hand in your glasses. But if you're playing Hearthstone, they can't see you. They can't see your hand. So unless you're at a fireside gathering and you just really want to win the game versus the other guy that badly.
Enhance! Enhance! Oh. We don't have the technology. Yeah, Johns Hopkins like, we don't have the technology either.
Yeah. They're having a great time over there. I wonder what they're talking about.
One guy's probably just like, hey, everybody, laugh. 3, 2, 1. Let's make him think like we have the best hand in the world.
This is going to be great when the Shade crashes in for 40. Let's just wait 40 turns. Turn 38's going to roll around, and they're going to be sorry they didn't take care of the Shade.
Yes, they are. And Shade is going to be placed just a 2-2 now. Well, that guy's got his whole life ahead of him.
Yeah, that's one of those cards you need to read. I remember the first time someone played that against me, I was like, 2-2 stealth for 3. And I was like, oh, that card's good.
Yeah.
That card's real good.
Yeah. You leave that thing on the board for too long, it can really do some damage. Now, University of Virginia, yeah, it's in a bit of a predicament. When you're on the coin, playing that Twilight Drake from the coin on turn 3 makes it so that your Mountain Giant actually is delayed 2 turns.
Yeah, but the benefit about this, though, is that if your opponent's got the silence for it, it's almost always Keeper the Grove from the Druid. And that means that the 4/1 body left over by this Twilight Drake is actually going to be able to take out one of these two things. So a nightmare situation is that the 2/4 lives and they get to hero power your Drake or maybe even Wrath it for 1. It's like the last spot you want to be in. So coining it out right now and delaying the Mountain Giant, it's not the biggest deal in the world. The bigger deal is that they actually get to take care of this body because the swing that the Keeper of the Grove can provide is just that little extra amount that when they roll into a Savage Roar turn, not only has it hit you once or twice, but it also is giving the Savage Roar the 2 extra damage on that turn also. Yeah. And that little things like that can add up to big differences in this match. So that's really the primary reason for them focusing on coining it out this turn.
Yeah, but, I mean, they don't pick up a thing here. They're going to trade in and basically just pass their turn.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not the brightest scenario to be in, but I feel like it's better than doing absolutely nothing. Like, say you do nothing and your opponent plays a piloted Shredder. Now you're looking at your Mountain Giant getting contested by Swipe.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Savage Roar.
When you first started playing Hearthstone, did you ever find yourself in the situation where you thought you could silence your target that was silenced to unsilence it?
I personally had not, but I know that like all my friends that I taught to play that were not like super experienced card players, that was like they were like, wait a minute, can I take the silence off by silencing again? And I was like, that's a clever thought, but no.
Yeah, I played Twilight Drake and I'm like, you silenced it? At my own silence, I'm bringing that puppy back up to 9 health. Boy, was I disappointed.
And it was that day that TJ realized that he was a caster.
Not a player. That's what they say. You can't play, cast.
That's not. My mom always told me just to stop playing, just in general.
And talking.
That's the funny thing. My mom, I always felt like she was really supportive of my game playing. I used to play video games all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And she used to very sternly tell me, I remember every single time, well, I hope you can make a living playing video games one day.
I'll show you, Mom. I'll show you, Mom Admirable.
She's actually probably watching this right now.
No.
She likes to watch Hearthstone.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
she's not very good at it. She's usually stuck at like rank 22. I'm like, Mom, you played 110 games this season.
Get it together, Ma. Well, it'd be cool to see moving forward in the future if collegiate Hearthstone gets big enough to where like a lot of parents are sort of into it. You know, I know there's a lot of parents that are into it at the moment, but once it starts becoming like a thing that you can actually go to college and be a part of, like
Yeah.
it counts as an extracurricular, parents start being more supportive and say, you know what, well, hey, Johns Hopkins University has a collegiate Hearthstone program. Maybe it's not something that's too far off the radar.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if one of your kids is competing in this competition, you're like, wait, you can win how much scholarship money playing Hearthstone?
You can save me how much money playing Hearthstone?
You better win that tournament.
Yeah.
Come on, Mom. He rolled Huffer every game.
Don't blame it on the RNG, son. Tighten up your game. All right, well, I'm not really drawn into threats here for the University of Virginia. Yeah, they have Void Caller, but they don't have anything on the other side of that. So they play that. All of a sudden, Paladin Shredder trades into it. They might be able to bait out a silence. That is a possibility. But we have seen a keeper already from Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, the big concern here is how they actually take care of what's happening on the board. Because the play that I see having actual board impact is either the Defender of Argus or Dark Bomb into silence the keeper, the Ancient Watcher, and attack whatever the body was left over. It's a lot of resources to invest into taking care of a Pilot Shredder. So because of that, they're going to choose to go with this Defender of Argus. But the big problem here is that the shade is still looming. This guy is going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and this is the kind of situation where the Druid is is just so favored in the later stages of the game because there's just no way to answer it.
Yeah, you leave that shade up, all of a sudden, something like Force of Nature Savage Roar moves from 14 damage to like 26 damage.
Yeah.
As early as, what, 4 turns from now? That's not unreasonable. And then you never get into a range where you can build up a big enough wall because you can't play Molten Giants. The Druid just has you right where they want you.
Yeah, like before, Sylvanas was oftentimes found in these handlock decks, but since they've moved to these demon-central builds, or demon-centric builds,
Sylvanas is cut.
yeah, she's been cut a lot. So, you know, having that on turn 6 and then being able to have that fight for the board and have the Shade be the last minion was a threat to the Shade, so they often brought it out of stealth when that Sylvanas would happen to try to fight against that. They're actually going to bring it out of stealth here, though. They think that this is enough board pressure to really get things done. And you can see Virginia elated to see that. They have Hellfire and Dark Bomb behind this to make sure they take care of everything. They can even Mortal Coil the Pilot Shredder here first.
Wow.
I mean, this is exactly the turn they wanted.
Unless this is Lore Walker Cho or Totem Golem or Lightwell.
Well, instead it's a Whirling Zap-O-Matic. So usually, oftentimes, you're unhappy to see that one. But again, they just have the perfect hand to deal with the situation. And they really just kind of fell into it. Now, the one caveat here is that Johns Hopkins still has a ton of minions left in their hand. So the pressure's not going to stop. It's going to keep coming from here.
Yeah, it definitely is. And,
you add a big game hunter to that, and you're looking at being able to not only have the threats on board, but take care of anything potentially big from Virginia. I think Johns Hopkins has got a major advantage at this stage.
yeah, usually when you're the one sort of dictating that pace and you're the one sort of playing the threat first, if you're the Druid.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That might be like 2 of the biggest back-to-back draws.
You just innervate out the Shade right here, and all of a sudden you have lethal next turn in almost every situation.
The other thing you can do, too, is if you just want to keep fighting the attrition war, on turn 10, you can just Force Nature Savage Roar, Innervate Savage Roar, and that's 22 damage.
That's very true as well.
I mean, they have 2 very strong options in front of them right now. This is crazy. And you can see they're talking it over right now. Like, look, we can either go for the Shade right now, try to end it, or we can wait till turn 10 and get that big damage in.
It's a tough call.
It is. And these 3 have to work together to figure it out. And I would say with the rope burning at this point, yeah, they're just going to go ahead and be patient with this. They know that if the game gets to that turn 10 point and there's not any big taunts down, they just have it sealed up.
But can they get to that turn 10 without losing control of the board? I mean, at this point, University of Virginia would have to gain control of the board and put up a wall. Because 22 damage, they're at 20 health.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Next turn is 21. So they have to do something now. They either have to heal or taunt up or take care of this Ancient Lore. They have to do something, and they're going to have to keep doing things every turn for the rest of the game. And that's where that window becomes so powerful on turn 10, is because it's pretty likely that all your threats can get answered.
Yeah.
But it's very unlikely they can answer everything and extend their life total beyond that point. Like that's really the situation that I think Virginia is going to have a tough time finding.
Mm-hmm. And they're really thinking this one over. I can't tell what they're thinking because of those darn glasses.
Eyes are the windows of the soul.
And when you can't see the eyes,
You can't see the hand.
bingo. Wow, and so this is the situations that Druid will put you in, is where you have to sort of use your cards inefficiently to play around something like the combo.
This just keeps getting better for Johns Hopkins. I mean, they can just kill this board, have 7 power out, and deal 6 damage this turn. You just can't get much of a better turn than that.
Yeah. Doesn't happen. You're going to think it over. So Swipe Keeper allows them to clear the board.
I mean, you do lose the
Push damage
silence
in.
potential, but you know, how necessary is it when you have 10 cards in your hand and your hand's this strong?
Your opponent's going to be at 26.
Yeah, like you're just... No, they're going to be lower than that even.
Well,
You just Swipe Keeper right here and dome for 5.
oh, you leave the Sun Fury Protector up?
No, you Keeper the Sun Fury Protector. You attack them for 5 with the Ancient Allure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is... Use the Swipe.
Actually going to value the Shade over it.
Yeah, so they're not worried about the 2/2 body, and right, I don't think they have to be. You know, they just push damage here. The one thing this leaves them vulnerable to is Hellfire, but if Virginia Hellfire's right here, I think they're totally happy with that.
Yeah, because that puts them below that 22 threshold.
I mean, this is just desperate times for Virginia at this point. I don't think they have a way to survive this damage.
Nope. They're going to try and dig here with the Mortar Coil on the Darnassus Aspirant, but they need a Hellfire. They need it now. Void Caller plus a Sunfear Protector could maybe make Johns Hopkins think twice.
They even kill it through Mal'Ganis in this spot. Like,
Double combo just kills Mal'Ganis too.
yeah. And deals 22 points of damage.
What the heck?
That's Hearthstone.
Druid is a deck, a very technical deck, all about nuance and strategy.
Precision.
Whoa! That's Hearthstone.
Yeah, I think this is probably, honestly, one of the better plays they had was something super desperate like this. But at the end of the day, it's just not enough. I mean, when Johns Hopkins had this much time, they've had to lead for this long, like, you got to force them to do something, and Johns Hopkins was in the driver's seat the whole gosh darn game, and that's a big bus that's about to come crashing through.
Force of Nature, Savage Roar, Innervate, Savage Roar. That's going to be 29 points of damage. I got there.
That's it. You took the position as the counter, and you counted.
Yeah. I wouldn't be very much used to these teams.
Wow. All
GG, how much
smiles.
damage do we got? I don't know. Somewhere between 24 and 29.
We got enough. That's
Yeah.
what we got. John
That's what
Hopkins,
matters.
1-0 now over Virginia.